Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the second day of March, and this is the 43rd episode of season 3 of the Be Your Own Hero show. So welcome to the show. I'm your host, I'm Sekouwrites, and HERO is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism, among other things. And I'm your host, as I said. I'm a professional creative and the creator of what we're now calling the HERO Ministry movement. And that's my effort to uplift and inspire the unhoused community and other people too. All right, so quick disclaimer, I'm not a personal trainer, nor am I a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence, do your own homework, take what I say with a grain of salt, and just follow along as I share with you my journey of becoming my own hero, and for this season and the previous season, my journey of becoming my own financial hero. So if this show provides any value, please like, please comment, please share, please spread the word. You can also make a donation. All that information is in the bio. It's not in the bio, it's in the show notes. It's in the show notes. All right, so all that said, please join me here Monday through Friday, 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. And I am in Eastern time, by the way, for a change. I'm on location, as you can see. Same location, I'm still in Florida. Just moving around, trying to find the right spot. I kind of like the calm of this room, this blue room. So we're in the blue room today, broadcasting live from Florida. Okay, so I haven't been live in a while, so I'm planning to check in on the chat. If people comment, I'm gonna shout you out. There's nobody that's commented yet, but I'm gonna be watching the chat box. Okay, so reminder, season 3 is all about doing. That means that for me, I'm hoping that something that happens on this show during one of these episodes will inspire you to move, to take action, to do something. And hopefully that's been happening in the first 2 seasons as well, but even more so in this, the 3rd season. All right, so that said, let's get into some hero ministry movement news. The first thing to talk about is my run streak. Today is day 275. What? 275. As I've said before, it doesn't always hit me, the number, because I say the number of my run streak every day. And so sometimes I've become desensitized to it. But 275 hit me. That's a good, strong, solid number. So I'm excited about that. Also, if you watched the show yesterday, you saw me realize in real time that I'm less than 100 days to 365, which means I'm less than 100 days to have been doing this for a whole year. Wow. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that, but I just realized it yesterday. And so I've been trying to figure out what to do, because you can't just quietly end something like this. There has to be, at least for me, there has to be some pomp and circumstance. I'm trying to figure out what to do. What I decided this morning is that I'm going to break my previous record for a 5K streak. My previous record for running a 5K every day was around 77, maybe 78. I'm not sure if I got to 80. Honestly, I can't remember, which is kind of crazy, but I can't remember how many days I ran a run streak within a run streak. Within this current run streak, I did a streak of 5Ks. I'm pretty sure I got to 78. Anyway, my new goal is to run a 5K every day for the next 90 days, and that'll take me to day 365 of this run streak. Wow, right? So that's my challenge to myself. That's going to help me be committed and focused and not half-step by running a mile and a mile and a half. And I recognize that sounds crazy. I recognize that running a mile and a half mile, and I'm referring to that as half-stepping, but it's just the way the mind works, the body works. You do something long enough, your mind and your body get used to it. And so now, literally running a mile doesn't really feel like much to me, which I know is crazy to say. I understand it's crazy to say, but I've stuck with it long enough that my body and my mind are kind of like, oh, just a mile? Yeah, let's just knock that out the way. So my commitment, again, is to stick with running a 5K every day for the next 90 days, which will take me to day, 365. All right, so stay tuned. Speaking of running, Moving on to the charity run. Again, we are at 84% of the way to our goal. Last I checked, I'm super excited about how far we've gone, but I'm very excited about the fact that this most recent donation has come from Project Love Strong, which is a nonprofit in Nashville that works with the unhoused community that I've been very active with. So it really makes me feel like, oh, wow, I've become a part of the circle of giving. Like that's something that I'm known for now. That's pretty humbling to be known for it and to have contributed to Project Love Strong and to have them give back to me is amazing. Oh, also really exciting news regarding Project Love Strong and me. I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything yet. I got to find out if I'm supposed to say anything. I'll find out today. And if I'm allowed to say something, I'll say something tomorrow. But really excited about something else that's coming up with me and Project Love Strong. So until tomorrow, and then I'll find out if I can say something. Okay, so all that said, please please share and please donate if you haven't already. Like 84% of the way. I mean, we've got just a little small money now. So if we could get like 10 people to donate $10, we did this before with the with my second charity run, the 10 for 10 challenge towards the end. 10 people, $10. It wrapped up the second charity run like that. So hopefully it'll be the same case here. So I'll post that soon. But for those of you who are sharing, please share. 10 for 10 challenge. We need 10 people to donate $10 and we can wrap up this charity run. Mr. Charles's neighbor called me yesterday and I didn't answer because I wanted to see how much further I could get before I call her back. So let's see if we can wrap it up. Okay, so all that said, where are we? We're also talking about the 30-day streak challenge. And for me, I mentioned that I've added transcendental meditation to my streak. You're supposed to practice transcendental meditation twice a day for 20 minutes a day. So that's a strong lift. That's a heavy lift. That's 40 minutes a day of meditation. It doesn't feel heavy, but still you have to plan it. And there are some days when I get the first one in, because I do the first one really early at 6 a.m., but then the latter one, you know how it is, the day gets busy. So I'm still trying to find my rhythm with the second meditation. But I've been consistent with meditating at least once a day, transcendental meditation. And I'm encouraging you to, as you complete your initial 30 days for whatever it is you want to accomplish, that you start thinking about continuing past 30 days and then adding something onto it, stacking another habit onto that previous habit. And because studies have shown that when you stack a habit on a habit you've already established, they tend to stick better than if you just try a habit by itself. So reminder and encouragement for all of us. Okay, so it's time to do the envelope challenge. I found my dice. Did I say that already? I found my die. And so we're gonna do the envelope challenge. And let's go. Here we go. Envelope challenge, live roll 4. 4 is the number. There we go. 4 is the number today. So that means transfer $4 from your checking account over to your investment bucket. Why are we doing this? Because the number one reason people don't invest is because they think they don't have enough money to invest. I know I've been guilty of this in the past, and it's a constant struggle. Like, I don't want to use the word struggle. It's a constant effort. It requires willpower to move your money around in such a way that there's always money to invest. And this is an easy game show-like way to make sure that you're always investing in yourself by just by moving $1 to $6 a day from your checking account over into your investment bucket so that you can then invest that money. Okay. All right. So the number for today is 4. Let's hold each other accountable. Oh, shout out to the people who have been commenting in the Doing Tribe on Facebook, that Facebook group. Because I know I haven't posted every day consistently. I've been running every day consistently, but I haven't been posting about the run and doing the roll call consistently. So thanks to the folks who've been keeping the energy going in the group. If you're interested in joining the group, let me know and I'll send you an invite. Okay, so I'm taking a break to jump into the chat because I haven't been in the chat in a while. I haven't been live in a while. So shout out to Tim. Thanks for the water and the coffee. Oh, speaking of which, so I'm drinking coffee right now. Dad makes a great blend of coffee. And this is the 200th anniversary of Jackson, Mississippi. I was given this coffee mug by Nissan when we were in Jackson, Mississippi a couple weeks ago now. And I'm putting this mug to good use. So shout out to Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Nissan. Thanks, Tim, for the comment about coffee, because look at all the stuff that brought up. You just mentioning coffee. And also, this coffee blend is really good. It's really good. Dad makes some good coffee. All right. Shout out to you, Linda, checking in from Colorado early in the morning. Appreciate that. Shout out to Gladys. Shout out to Tim. I'm going to do it. I'm assuming that's about the day 365. Yeah, that is definitely the new goal. When I started this, originally, my goal was 30 days. I can't even believe that we're talking about 365 days. But yeah, that's definitely the new goal. It's definitely the new goal. And I want to finish strong. Finish strong. Who knows if that's going to be the finish? But for now, I'm thinking of that as the finish to my charity run, my Run Street charity run, 365 days. Okay. And shout out to Margaret popping in. Okay. So we did the envelope challenge, $4, moved that money over. And let's get into Morning Zen. So confession, full transparency. I didn't do my Morning Zen today. I did my 6 a.m. meditation, my 6 a.m. transcendental meditation. Typically, I do a morning practice before the meditation. I could not get it together today for whatever reason, but I did do my meditation. I tend to fall asleep during my meditation. I'm not sure why that is, because in other meditations I've done before, I don't fall asleep typically, but in transcendental meditation, I tend to fall asleep and have vivid dreams, like being in the metaverse. That's what it feels like. Anyway, I don't know even know why I told you that. I guess in case any of you are thinking about trying transcendental meditation, the way it affects different people is kind of like cologne, like, or an essential oil, like it smells different on everybody. So just keep that in mind if you decide to try it. I decided to try it because I was encouraged by Rev Melissa trying it and being excited about it. So I'm trying it too. Okay, because I missed my morning practice, this is my point. Because I missed my morning practice, I got my morning practice via TikTok, which I know sounds crazy. For those of you that don't know, TikTok is another social media platform. But I have set it up to ambush me with positive words, empowering ideas. Like typically, you go on a social media platform and you follow all your friends and they follow you back. But I've deliberately decided not to do that with TikTok. So I follow only thought leaders, only people with really big ideas, only things that are going to move me forward mentally. So that said, today's Morning Zen is coming to you live from TikTok. so I got two today because they're really brief. They're like 10 to 60 seconds, really, really quick ideas. So one is from Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has fashioned himself into a motivational speaker of late. I don't know if you've noticed. And what he's doing is simply using the platforms that he already has. All his various shows, like when there's downtime between takes, he'll come out and talk to the audience about motivation, about inspiration, about changing their lives, as opposed to just staying in the green room. So that's been pretty powerful. And some of the things he says are really effective. So today I got a really good nugget. I've heard this one before, but it was a great reminder. He said that he hired a coach at some point, I believe. Could have been a friend, but I think it was a coach. Anyway, the person kept calling him every morning, and Steve would answer the phone, but be groggy and disinterested. And at some point, the man who was calling Steve said to Steve, "Listen, I've been calling you every morning for 37 days in a row, and you always sound like something's wrong. When are you going to change your attitude?" Yikes, right? So just like I kind of felt a sucker punch when I said it, Steve felt a sucker punch when it happened to him. And he said the next day he got up early and he was sitting there waiting for the call. And he was bright and bountiful in the way he spoke about his energy, his day, and his mood. And he said from that day till this, that's what he does. He starts the day with active energy, with positive energy. And what struck me about that is it's so easy to slip into waking up on the wrong side of the bed or needing a cup of coffee before you get your mind right, or needing to do a run before you're ready to greet the day. And it's just a choice. You can just choose first thing in the morning to greet the morning with abundance, with a smile, with the calm assurance that it's going to be a great day no matter what the day brings. Strong stuff, right? So that might be enough. I might not even do the other one. But there were two on TikTok that really resonated with me, but I think we're just going to rock with Steve Harvey because that is enough. Just a strong reminder that you should start the day first thing in the morning when you open your eyes. You start the day by claiming abundance, claiming grace, claiming a great day. Start the day by claiming a great day for the rest of the day. Okay, so that is the Morning Zen. The Morning Zen coming to you live from TikTok, of all places. But hey, get it where you can get it. And I think it's time to talk about abundance. Yeah, I think I've covered all my introductory stuff. Let's get into some abundance. All right, so if you've been watching the show, you know that I had an interesting experience with a fix-it guy, a computer fix-it guy here in Florida recently. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but I hope it's not distracting. Anyway, I had a really interesting experience with a Florida fix-it guy. And he was talking to me about using a debit card versus a credit card and how he does it. And that's a concept that I was already aware of from the guy that the movie Catch Me If You Can is based on, right? So there was that movie Catch Me If You Can, and it was based on this con artist. And he talks about how he uses credit cards exclusively, never uses debit cards. I guess we got company. Let me see if I can get my headphones on. So anyway, there's that. And then he, the guy at the computer place, talked to me about how he is actualizing that. And what he does is he has a number of different credit cards, each with a different purpose, and he pays them off on payday, which requires discipline. That's the point that I'm building to, that if you want to create wealth, if you want to change your financial state, it requires discipline. And I feel like in my efforts to research abundance before, I haven't really noticed like the big push for discipline, because we as human beings tend to focus on the finished result, like the end product, like the fact that Shaq is making $27 million per year from his investments is what we focus on, and we tend not to focus on all the steps he had to take in order to get there. So one of many steps that we should consider, do your own research, is using credit cards instead of debit cards and paying them off quickly. Now, if you have an Amex, you do that already, but still the other credit cards as well, because it builds credit fast, and it also allows you to use other people's money, and also allows you to take advantage of the kickbacks, all the various, what do they call those things? Cashback rewards, those kinds of incentives, all the various incentives. Okay, so I guess I just wanted to circle back to that idea of the discipline it requires in the present tense to create a new financial future in the future tense. It requires discipline. Okay. That's enough about that. So anyway, let's get back to this how-to guide, because we've been talking about this for a while, and I want this to be something that works for all of us, myself included. If you're just joining us, let me explain. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. And so if any one of those income streams goes away, there's 6 others to pour energy into. And so it creates a safety net. People tend to think about a salary as a safety net, but that's just one income stream. And I heard this quote earlier this week. I'm not going to get it quite right, but essentially the quote was, if you rely on one person
to provide for you, or one entity to provide your income, then that one entity is also responsible for your lack of funds. And, all right, that was not a good paraphrasing, but you get the idea. If you've only got one revenue stream and it goes away, what are you going to do? It causes anxiety and panic, and you have to scramble. But when you've got 7 and one goes away, you already know what you're doing. You just pivot towards the other 6 and push. Like, so for example, if you've got one primary revenue stream, like fixed income, salary, etc., and it fluctuates in some way, but you already have these other six set up, you can just the very next day turn your energy towards those other 6. And even if they've just been on a trickle, even if it's just a background, something that you've got set up, you turn your energy to it and you can increase the cash flow from those other 6. All right. So that's the idea. We've obviously talked a lot about stock. We've talked a lot about stock in terms of another revenue stream. And let me just say this very brief thing before I move on. The stock market is down right now because of everything that's happening, right? What we've learned here on the Be Your Own Hero show over the past couple seasons is that the smart money is active when other people panic. So I'm gonna phrase that a different way. Move when other people panic. That's still not quite what I mean. You get the sense, but it's like the Warren Buffetts of the world. They stay calm when other people panic. And when other people panic, they stay calm. So it's like the inverse of what other people are doing financially. It doesn't matter like how you're reacting to the news in the world, but financially, if other people are panicking and taking their money out of the market, that's when the Warren Buffetts of the world move. They move into the market. So that takes some discipline, and I am practicing it now. What I am doing is considering the stock market on sale. I'm thinking of the stocks that I know of that are good buys as on sale. And so even though they're coming down, I'm looking at it like, okay, they're on sale. Let me get more while they're down, which is a complete mind shift for me, for sure. But I'm following Warren Buffett and the other smart people of the world, the smart financial people who talk about being aggressive when other people are panicking. So do your own due diligence, do some Googling about that today. And if you're already in the market, and everyone watching the show should be in the market by now, you might want to make some moves that are the opposite of, that are counterintuitive. You might want to make some moves that are counterintuitive. Okay, so back to the lecture at hand. I'm back to the how-to guides. So what we're doing is creating another revenue stream. We want to build out our seven revenue streams so that we can have options no matter what goes on out there in the world. So hopefully stock is one of our revenue streams, everyone that's watching the show. And right now we're creating a how-to guide to be yet another revenue stream. And I've mentioned the fact that I used one of my shows here about how to buy into the stock market. I'm using that as the basis for my guide. And I'm encouraging you to use your knowledge, to quantify your knowledge, to monetize your knowledge as in the form of a how-to guide as another revenue stream, right? And on that note, divorce yourself from the idea that you're going to give it away. No, you're not going to give it away. We're not doing that. We are creating another revenue stream. And let me tell you what I learned, another sidebar, sorry, but let me tell you what I learned about giving stuff away in the jewelry business. For those of you that don't know, I make jewelry. I just made a bracelet and necklace matching set yesterday or the day before. Anyway, it's on my social media if you want to see it. What I learned about giving stuff away in the jewelry space and charging just a little bit of money in the jewelry space is people don't value it as much when they get it for free. People also don't really value it that much when it's cheap. But if you charge a premium price, they value it more. Like their attitude towards it is different. So I'm saying all that to say, as we create these how-to guides, Get away from the idea that you're going to give it away for free. Get away from the idea that you're only going to charge the minimum amount, because you want the buyer to value it. You want the buyer to use it, right? And so what you're really doing is helping the buyer value it as at a higher level by keeping the price high. So I'm going to repeat that as we move forward. But this is what I want you to do today. So hopefully all of you that have been following along have already made your list. You've already whittled your list down to 3 things. So now it's time to choose. That's today's homework. Winning Wednesday homework is choose. Choose one of the things that you've already listed as something that you want to create a how-to guide about. And in case anyone is just joining in today and missed all the previous episodes about this, the quickest way, the quick and dirty is make a list of things that people often ask you for. Let's just summarize it that way. And then choose one of those things that you want to create a how-to guide about. All right, so now is the choosing. And don't feel any kind of way about choosing. Don't get locked into analysis paralysis, because we're going to do the others too. Yes, we are. We're going to do the others too. But for now, choose one. Choose the one that provokes your spirit the most. Choose the one that people ask you about the most. Choose the one that you feel gratified when you do it for others the most. Doesn't matter what your criteria is. Choose one. And then we're going to talk about what to do with the one you chose tomorrow. All right. So we got lots of homework today. So let me just recap for myself. Obviously, envelope challenge. If you're not involved, get involved. Today's number is 4, which means $4. Move $4 from your checking over into a savings account so that you always, always, always have money to invest. That's homework 1. Homework 2, take a look at the stock market. It's down, but if you know what you're doing, it's on sale. It's on sale. So pay attention to what you're doing, do some research. But so to circle back to Wall Street Trapper, we haven't talked about him in a while. If you already have a portfolio with shares, with positions in your portfolio, you just double down on the positions you have. Don't go out there and try to pick a winner, as I was trying to do earlier in the season. Don't do that. Just double down on what you already have. So if you've already got the FANG stocks, for example, you could double down on the FANG stocks to add to your position while it's on sale, quote unquote. Okay, so that's homework number 2. Look into that. And homework number 3 is choose what you want your how-to guide, your first how-to guide to be about. Don't worry about everything else on your list. We're going to get to it, but choose your first how-to guide. So mine is stock. And let me actually read let me read you my title. Here's my title. Get Rich 101, because I'm pinging this back to my podcast, the Get Rich 101 podcast, which you should check out if you haven't already. Get Rich 101 mini guide, how to jump into the stock market, even if you know absolutely nothing about it. So that's my guide, number 1, how-to guide number 1. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm closing out. Stay tuned for prayer time coming up now at 10:15. And then at 10:30, stay tuned for Sit with Rev Melissa. I'll be producing that show, and I might pop in to say a few words here and there. We'll see how it goes. And let me see if there's anything else in the comments. Shout out. I appreciate the hand clap. Margaret, I appreciate that. And yes, it's a complete mind shift thinking of stocks on sale when the market is down. It's a mind shift. And all of it is a mind shift. Seeing wealth and abundance and finance in a different way requires a mind shift, and that's what gets you to being wealthy. Shifting the way you think about the same things happening, thinking about them in a new way. Okay, I'm out of time, but I just want to restate that. That'll be the last thing I say. The things that happen out in the world don't change, but the way you see them changes. The market's been down before, but this is the very first time that I've been in the midst of a down market and thought, stocks are on sale. That's the difference. How you see things is the difference. Okay, closing out. Keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own hero. Remember that now is better than perfect in terms of investing. And I will see you later today on Sit with Rev Melissa and tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Later.